Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, and Viksit Bharat at 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations and celebrations. Today is commemorated as Goa Liberation Day in India, observed every year. It is regarded as one of the most significant days in the history of Goa, located at around 250 miles south of Mumbai. Goa is one of the India's smallest states and was previously under Portuguese possession for about 450 years. The Goa Liberation Day is celebrated on the day Indian Armed Forces freed Goa from Portuguese rule. On December 19, 1961, the day is also particularly important for recognizing the achievements Goa has made in recent years, accomplishing milestones in the tourism sector and maintaining its position as having the highest per capita income among all the states and union territories of India. Today is also commemorated as Look for an Evergreen Day in US on December 19th. This is day about, a kind of deforestation, cutting down trees, but this is, which is against the climate change and a lot of things that are happening, climate destruction. So this is about, Christmas tree, that is holiday trees, which are generally spruces, pines, and firs, but the varieties have evolved over time for more personalized preferences. So, though this tradition has not come since inception of Christianity, but it was introduced even Santa was not there in the Bible or a Christmas tree was not mentioned. And these were practices that has brought in the middle, and because of these, lot of unnecessary waste that are generated and destruction of environment is happening because lots plantation of Christmas trees and deforestation and cutting down trees, and that in fact these trees are not at all useful, and because of that disposing them inappropriately, recycling, all these are very environmental destructive and causes a lot of greenhouse gas emissions. Generally, these evergreens have been essential in societies throughout the ages and their apparent eternal nature, even in harsh seasons, have made them choice for religious practices and observance. But they were not, used to cut and, displace them. They were in the wild, and wherever it was, and Native American who resided in the Pacific Northwest were completely dependent on the red cedar tree for various vital uses, such as making clothing, ropes, and fishing lines, and building canoes or huts. So, this, the history of Christmas trees as such started in 1510 in Riga, Latvia. From the 18th century onwards, jingle bells, tinsels, ornaments, fairy lights, and garlands were being used for decorations. And this kind of decoration, which is being used in festivals, are creating a huge waste and pollution for the environment, because we see across the world how many trees are erected and how much of exchange of gifts and packaging that happens. It creates a huge waste out of it, and recycling and other, how much of it is going for recycling? Not even a percentage of it. So this creates a lot of trouble, not only for the environment but the human population and habitats. So better to avoid any Christmas trees or any kind of decorations. That too, we are seeing the plastic pollution, which is creating havoc in the environment, and not only it is affecting the human life and animal life. We see even in the blood we have microplastics. So again, consuming more plastics, that too on a festival name, and that too for a religious purpose, and that is causing harm to everyone. I think it should be devoid and debarred from such use. In future, I think this is the right time to take a decision and to take a pledge that festivals should not contribute to the destruction of environment or to the health and well-being of everyone, including environment, humans, animals, and not violating their rights. So let's take this call and let's take pledge that this Christmas season we are not going to cut any tree and not even erect any plastic trees that can cause huge pollution and harm to the environment and the living beings and non-living beings as such, and contribute to the climate change and prevent deforestation and avoid all kinds of pollution and unnecessary greenhouse gases emission. Today is also commemorated as National Hard Candy Day in US. Put the peanut butter balls and the sugar cookies down, because December 19th is all about hard stuff as we celebrate. We are a little sticky about these. The Jolly Ranchers and blow pops of the Dark Ages were reserved for the royal and wealthy, quite a difference from the penny candy you can pick up for cents on a dollar today. Over the years, confectioners have refined the process to an exact science, and we now know exactly how hot we need the sugar to create a sweet, sticky, crunchy, and cracking hard candy so that your Tootsie Pops and your toothbrushes ready. Today is also commemorated as National Heroes and Heroines Day in UK, United Kingdom, which is celebrated on December 19th each year in the island nation of Anguilla. The day is an opportunity to remember and appreciate all the efforts of people who made significant contributions to the nation. Their contributions have had a substantial impact on Anguilla's history. They have also made significant sacrifices for the countries and its citizens' prosperity. National Heroes and Heroines Day also honors the 1967 Anguilla Revolution, There are memorial services that are held for those involved. Parades and music performances follow the memorial services. The whole day is a time for joy rather than solemn remembrance. Today is also commemorated as National Oatmeal Muffin Day in US on December 19th. Muffins have been around for several centuries, beginning with English-style muffins. Dating back to the 10th century in Wales, this type of muffin uses yeast for rising and is cooked on a griddle. By the end of 18th century, Americans improved on the recipe for muffins and developed it into what we know today as quick bread muffins prepared in individual modes. This style of muffin was made possible when pear lash was discovered, and pear lash or potash, as it is commonly known, as eventually replaced when baking soda became mainstream. Today, the oatmeal muffin is loved by many as it is packed with rich flavor and has got a lot of health benefits. They even become more delightful when complemented with fruits like blueberries, raisins, and bananas. Sometimes nuts are incorporated into the recipe as well for that extra crunch. Today is also commemorated as National Underdog Day in US, which has been celebrated every third Friday in December since 1976, is all about loving and cheering the underdog. This year it takes place on December 19th. An underdog is a person in a competition or an event who is usually expected to lose or fail. On the day of event, the usual approach of supporting and cheering the winning team is completely abandoned and the acknowledged heroes are celebrated. This is important because we let them know that we support them and we have backs. Let's do more. To cheer the unsung heroes, we might just rouse the spirit of one. Today is also commemorated as Ugly Sweater Day in US. Every third Friday of December, December 19th, people all over the nation trade their casual garments for something more festive for Ugly Sweater Day. Whether you find a hidden gem to wear or you make your own, one thing is for sure. This day will certainly have you laughing all day long. Today is also commemorated as National Emo Day. For many people, the word emo describes a sad teenager who dresses in a very deliberate way. But emo subculture has a long storied history that reaches back to 1980s and continues to resonate today. We recognize the rich complexities of the emo movement and gain a greater appreciation of its place in popular music. So, with this, we shall end today's commemorations. We thank everyone for joining us in today's commemorations. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link with different commemorations and celebrations. Take care. Good night.